whenever I have a guest on the podcast, like I send out a questionnaire, but I also look through your LinkedIn, and I marveled at the crazy variety of games you worked on. But I actually want to tie that into a note that you sent. We don't build games for ourselves. We
Yeah.
are customer service.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
100%.
did you bring that philosophy to your work, or did you develop it by doing the work?
I think it's the latter, right? Developing it by doing the work. Because I think when I started in games, I was very young. I was in my 20s, and I think when you're in your 20s, you're supremely arrogant. A lot of times because your mindset is, I can take on the world. I can do whatever I want. I think when I got into it, I had this idea that I was going to be a legend. I was going to make great things. In the early portion of my career, that arrogance both served well in some regards because it made me not afraid to do and reach out and experiment with certain things, but it actually cost me quite a bit as well. And it's pretty funny because you talked about Music Mastermind there. I went to that studio kind of at the height of my arrogance, thinking that I was this great game designer and that I was going to have this future. And I had conflict with the owner of the company, and we wound up butting heads. And he eventually laid me off, which was a kindness that he did to me. I mean, he fired me, but he laid me off so that I could say I was laid off. I got severance, and I remember I had just bought a brand new BMW. I was living in
Oh man.
LA. I was like, and so I am in this car that I bought, no joke, like 2 weeks earlier, and I'm humiliated. I'm totally humiliated. I realized that was my fault, that it was completely preventable, and I'm going home at like 11 in the morning on the 101 back to Hollywood where we had our apartment, just crying, and I'm like sobbing. I'm like 30 something years old, sobbing in my car, realizing that I was an idiot and arrogant and really quite rude. And that really shifted my mindset a lot. I went into the next job with the mindset of like, I am going to practice humility. Like, I might not be humble. I knew I wasn't humble, and I knew it wasn't a thing you could just flip the switch, but I was going to basically fake it till you make it, like just force myself to be humble and force myself into like humble responses and um, surrendering, not fighting, just trying to say like, how can I fix me as a person? And that job was very pivotal because there were some challenges there, and there were several times I just had to bite my tongue and just go like, what did I say I would do? And just kind of work through it.